Hey everyone, it's Martha here. I am going to do a few videos and I wanted to start with this one because someone on Facebook has requested that I do it. She has a bunch of really beautiful book pages and she wants to have some ideas on how to use them, and I don't have a lot of experience because I've only started this a few months ago, but I thought I would share some of the things I have seen on Facebook by other wonderful crafters and a few that I made on my own. So I'm going to start with showing a couple of things I've done pretty much before I watched anybody on Facebook. This is just part of a book page. Sorry. Every video almost, the dogs have to find something to bark at. This is a part of a book page that I cut down to make a small envelope. And it's just a really simple envelope. I put this cloth flower on with a brad, so I put matching washi tape over the other edge of the brad. This has a little file folder collage in it, and I left a tab on there to pull it out. I just simply folded the page up, used my circle cutter to cut out a circle, and I put some wide lace on it, and I think it makes a really beautiful little pocket for a hidden sort of journaling place. And I just put it on the edge of my page with a simple altered paper clip with I used a paper punch to punch out some matching paper from the paper pad that I used for this journal signature. Put a couple buttons on there with a couple of rings and glued the back on, and that's how I'm holding this onto the page. So since this flower is on this side, I will put this decoration on this side, and it pretty much holds that right in place. That was one of the examples. Let me see if I have anything else in here from a book page. I don't think I do. And then, let's see, maybe in this one. So this is a book page right here. I used it as a signature cover, and I simply glued tea-dyed copy paper on the back. So I used that book page for that. It was a book about pressed flowers, obviously, or about dried flowers, actually. And this was the section about pressed flowers. This was the other thing I did. I took a large book page. It was a huge photo of lavender, and I absolutely love lavender. I've been to a couple of lavender fields in the area, and I just love them. And I just glued it on the back of a tag, or the front of a tag. And then I put lines on the back of the tag. So that was another use for it. They make great tags. I just put tea-stained paper on the back of a smaller part of a page of lavender. Can you tell I love lavender? And I just inserted it as a journaling spot in this signature. See, I don't think I have, maybe. I made a large, can you tell I like lavender? I made a large journaling card, and I just glued this part of the book page that I cut out onto cardstock. So I have that, and that's the other half of the book. I mean, it just adds such a pretty effect just over this tracing paper. So I just wanted to share some of those with you. This is for the same journal. And so I decided to do a red. And this is from a book page in the same book about dried flowers. And I just put tea stain paper on the back of that. And let's see. Don't think I used anything else in this. Oh, I lied. So here is another envelope I made. And this actually goes this way. I can tell because there's this little strange teapot here. But, you know, I thought it was so beautiful that I had to use it for something. And I didn't want to glue it down to the page because I love all of this. So, and it's such a collage of flowers and items that are gathered together that, you know, no matter what way you look at it, it's pretty. And I made another envelope. And this one I lined with dictionary book page. And it's just lined all the way through. And then I just glued, and you could sew, definitely could sew, and put another little circle in, half circle in there. And I just used a printout for a journaling card inside of it. This one I did not put a closure on, but again, I'm using just a paper clip to hold it in. I didn't alter that paper clip yet. I probably will before I finish this. These obviously are not sewn, so you know, I'm working on it. I have 4 of these that I need to sew the signatures, make book covers. I like making the signatures. The book covers, I sort of tend to take my time on. So I wanted to show you those and just say that you can use, here I used, this is a napkin, but you could use the same idea for anything you cut out of a book page. I put it in the middle of a doily. And really you can use book pages in so many ways that it's just amazing what you can come up with. So I'm going to set these aside, hopefully without them falling apart, because I don't have a lot of space. I have lots of space. I just tend to only end up with a 2-foot square, not even, probably maybe 18 inches square space, because I need all my stuff within arm's reach, and I have little short arms. So what I'm going to do is, this is a really just beautiful book page. I changed the orientation of my iPad, and I can't get used to the camera being on this side instead of on that side. So I'm trying to keep everything in frame. So this is a beautiful book page. I folded some tea-dyed copy paper into a pamphlet, a signature size. And I'm just going to show you that you can simply fold a book page in half and insert it into the signature as a beautiful part of the page, of the signature, right? I would probably, even though the back of this is not bad, I would probably take tea stain paper and cover this, or even you could put tracing paper on this and still see the photo through it and still write on it that way. Or this could be, even because it's so gorgeous, that could be a signature cover. And that may be how I leave it. I just love using book pages for this kind of example. Another thing I did, but I didn't do it with a book page, but I did do it with a cutout from a paper pad, is you can cut around something like this and you can use it as a pocket. Now, if you wanted to, you could put this on cardstock and make it, which I probably would do, and make it a little more sturdy, but I would still leave this really uneven edge because it's so interesting. And I would put that there, and that could be a tuck spot for a journaling card, or You could fold up some copy paper and put the whole thing in there, fold it in fourths. You could put several tags in there or whatever you wanted. You could collage a journaling card and put a journaling card with a tab sticking out of it on there. That's something that I've been doing a lot of lately, is taking a file folder, I cut it down so it would fit in here. I would collage it, and I leave the tab on it so that when you stick it in, let me fold this. When you stick it in, the tab sticks out and it gives it some interest. And I would collage over the top of that and then stick it in there. And all you have to do is glue down the two sides and the bottom. But again, I would put this on cardstock and cut around the top edge to give this, even though this is a pretty thick page, it's not really, really heavy. So I would do that. So there's that. I would take a 3x5 or a 5x7 card, and I would cut out whatever you liked, and this fits on there. I would put maybe some background paper and some stamping on this and glue this on, and that makes a beautiful journaling card. And you can put this in a tuck spot, even like I said, if you took something like this, glued it down, put this as your journaling card right in there. So, I mean, there are so many ways. Let's do that. Let's play a little bit. I am going to get, excuse my head. This might be, that blends in too much. Excuse me while I duck under my desk and bang into the camera. I try and keep things within arm's reach, but then I have to, I have really short arms, so, you know. So this is some of that paper you can get at Home Depot that Gal Augustinelli turned me on to. And I love it. It is masking paper, and it's real crinkly and fun to play with, and it's very inexpensive. For a whole roll, I think I paid less than $5. And it's in the paint section, and instead of looking all over, ask at the desk. It's probably easiest. But it was actually the counter where the paint is sold. It was in a shelf on the side of the front counter of the paint section in my store, in Home Depot. I just happened to find it really easily, which was a bonus. So I'm going to do this right here. Take this out. Oh, come on, Martha. Okay. The ruler moved, so we'll see if this even fits. Yep. No. It fits. It fits. It fits. Yippee! Okay, so here I go. Everything's getting crowded. So I am just going to take my glue, and for today, I am just going to take my art glitter glue, which is running low. I really need to refill it. When I ordered this, it came with a refill. I just keep forgetting to do it until I go to use it. When I'm using it, I don't want to take the time to fill it. So there you go. So I'm just going to put it real thin around the edges, and then I squiggle it. Now, if I had more time and I wanted to wait, I would use my Elmer's glue and a brush to make sure I got this on nice. But this works. It leaves little tiny bumps, but usually you don't really end up noticing them too much. So I'm gonna do some stamping, I think. Gotta find them first. Excuse me once again. Alrighty. There we go. And of course I need ink pads, which I did not get out. Boy, am I discombobulated or what? I hope this isn't bouncing the camera around too much. My camera is not on my desk. It's on a tripod next to my desk. And I think because I'm in a sunroom where the floor is, there's no solid floor underneath me. I'm going to try the brown archival ink. Oh yeah, I like that. Except it didn't show up really well. So, put this one down here. And think, Martha, think. Some of this French writing over here. And over here. And over here. So there's a little bit filled in there. And put that over there, and put that over there. I'm trying to stay neat. It doesn't always work, but I'm trying. And then I'm going to simply glue this on. So if you wanted to, you could leave this side open here and make that a tuck spot, but I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to make this a journaling card. So I'm just going to glue all around here. And pop this little thing down. Try and center it a little bit. There. Now you've got a beautiful journaling card with a little bit of ink on the back. And this can go in your journal in a pocket, and it's all made. You could round the corners if you wanted to, but it's done. I would trim this off, since I'd rather have it a little long and be able to trim it off than have it too short and have the white showing. And I would ink around it. Let me get my tea dye ink, which it's my favorite since I tea dye my papers. And I would just distress the back of it. And instant journaling card. Very quick, very easy, good way to use up photos from books or magazines, and that would go beautifully in a journal, right? So there's one down, and you know, you could do many more like that. I saw a couple of videos this morning. Strangely enough, some people came up with videos using book pages and magazines and stuff like that. So here's, I would put this in, I would glue it here, here, and here, and have a tuck spot here, or put it over here and make this a pocket or a tuck spot, or glue it these three sides, and you could put a tag or anything in there. I mean, how easy was that and how quick? I'll tell you, I have been trying to design some things, and not design things, but make ephemera so that I have some to go to. And I look up and it's 2 hours later. I don't know how that happens. It just does. Okay, back to what I was doing. Okay, I am going first, before I go to what those wonderful videos were about this morning, I am going to make an envelope. Maybe. I have nails and don't know what to do with them. I never had nails before, and for some reason my nails are growing, so those are pretty. All right, I think I'm going to use this one because I like the photos on both sides. So I'm not going to line this. If I didn't like the back, I would put either this brown paper, the masking paper, if it covered up whatever was on the back, or I would put tea-stained or tea-dyed copy paper on it. So all I'm going to do is decide, this is going to be my inside, I think, and I want this to be the outside because that's just really pretty. And I'm not using my envelope punch board. I just simply do, depends on which way you want it. You could even do it this way. Except it's not square. I'll bet you it's not square. 7.5. Almost square. It is almost square. Do I want to do that? I'm going to give it a go. I mean, there's more where this came from, so. I'm just winging it. Well, that's a white spot. Don't like that too much, but that's okay. And I'm going to fold this down. I'm going to get out. I glued this the other day, but I didn't glue it good enough. Well enough. Okay. And there you have a not square. It's more of a, whatever that shape is. The math wasn't my strong point in school, so. That's one side of the envelope. That's the other. So I would take this part, fold those in, and glue that down. Or you could leave it open. You really could. You could put tea-stained, coffee-stained paper inside and use it as a journaling card. But I want to use this as an envelope. So I am going to glue this side, because if I glue the other side, I know what's going to happen. If I'm not careful, I'll glue the envelope shut. Ask me how I know. I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe. And I go back, I can always go back and tuck some glue in, you know, like here in the corner, here under this flap. Now the shiny paper, it might be better to use Fabri-Tac, but this art glitter glue seems to really do a good job for me, and I'm happy with it. I do have Fabri-Tac, but it's gloopy and it's thick, and I don't love using it for everything. So, and then you can cut this little bit off here. And glue down any bits that you need to glue down. Right? And the golfers are out. Yesterday it was 75 here in Virginia. And today it's only supposed to be 55 and it's supposed to rain later, but the sun is out, the golfers are out, and that's what I get for living on the 10th tee of a golf course. So there is a really beautiful envelope. And I'm not even going to do anything else to it. If I wanted to, I could stamp or collage or whatever here, but I'm not going to. Now, the other thing I like to do is, what did I do with them? I had them here somewhere. I had two. There they are. So I would probably cut out a red one because the ones I cut out were, of course, pink. Yeah, they're pink. I'm going to cut out this red rose. Now there's different sizes here. I am going to, I think, cut this one out. Sorry, I should have had this done before so I didn't bore you. I'm just going to rough cut it here. And since there's red flowers on this envelope, you don't need to see me cutting, right? I tend to hold things up to my face when I cut. Okay, so let me do a little better. Just a little better. And bits and pieces all over the place. And you can distress ink this. You could have distress inked the edges. I always forget, like not sometimes. I literally, every time I make an envelope, I forget to distress the edges before I glue it together. That goes for book page envelopes or anything with a book page. I constantly forget. So I'm just going to do this so that it sort of takes out that white. And then I am going to glue just the bottom part of this to use it as a flap keeper kind of thing. So I'm going to only do it about halfway up. And I am... I don't want to get it stuck. All right, so I take this out right away because I will get it stuck. Trust me. Now, if this paper was really thin, this one's a little thicker, so I'm not too worried about it. You could back your flower. Why do I share the glue with absolutely every bit of what I'm doing? You could back your flower with some cardstock, and it would make it stick a little better, but I don't think this is going to have a problem. So once that's dry, I can just stick this back in, and that'll hold the flap shut. So there is a beautiful envelope. If you didn't want to, you can still leave that there. If you want to just put it over a page so you have this beautiful scene here, you could just clip it on a page. You could put this into a pocket. You can make a pocket and put it into a pocket. So if I had this as my pocket, I could put this right in it as something to keep in there, and I could use that. I'm not gluing this down right now because these are pink, this is red. I don't know if I'm going to make this a floral journal or if I would make it all pink or what. So I'm not going to glue that down right now. The other things you can do is take your bags. Set that aside for now. You can take your glassine bags. I have several sizes here. So depending on how you want to use them in your journal. These make great pockets to slide a tag into. So you can use the little one and let's see. Find something pretty. Is that wide? I can cut this down. I think I'll do that. My dog is snoring. Can you hear her? She is so funny. So I am winging it. Yeah, I really need to fill my glue. I might not make it through the rest of this video with this glue. Getting really low. Put this beautiful photo of these flowers on the bag. I use, I think I've mentioned this before, I use freezer paper, and I can flip it over, I can turn it, I'm knocking things over, I can turn it this way out, I can open it up if I'm doing something larger. It wipes off, the glue wipes off really easy, and I love working on it because it makes life a lot easier. Now if I can cut this without cutting the edge of the bag open, that would be a good thing, right? Carefully cut down the side of that. If you have a loose edge, just stick some more glue under it. Get my dabber. There. You can distress this. You could do it on a tea dyed or coffee dyed bag. You can ink it. I could use pink ink on it if I wanted to, if I was going that route. I'm just going to leave it for now because I don't know what I'm going to do with this. So, as with the examples in the journal pages, I don't want to mess with it too much. The other thing you can do is you can take yellow, let's see what else. Have any more pink? I already used all the pink, except for this. And there's this. And there's this. Okay. So I have these dark brown envelope tags. This is a tag. I have these dark brown ones. I'm not thrilled with them, so I try and cover them up as much as possible. And I don't think this. Nope, that's going to be too big. Let me take a regular tag. But anyway, you can cover stuff you don't like. Bad purchase. Cover it up. This is just a regular tag that'll fit in here. So you can take this and dress it up however you want. I might put some tissue on it. And I just cut these out of manila colored. It's cardstock that's just like the file folders you can get. So you can put that down. I mean, why tea stain if you can get the color automatically, buy it that way. I wish I could find paper in this color, but so far I've just found the cardstock. And I love printing on the cardstock. It really adds depth to what you're printing. I'm just tearing this off. And taking a little too long, sorry. There. There's my bits and bobs. And take this, tear this, glue that down. Yeah, I'm going to run out of glue if I'm not careful. When I ordered this, I don't know if I said that already. When I ordered it, it came with refill. I just haven't done it yet. The picture is blurry, so I'm trying to figure out if I've got it going the right way, but it doesn't really matter. Because, you know, it is what it is. I didn't, again, If you noticed, I did not remember to distress first. And I'm not, I'm not too fussy. So I'm going to distress this first. Yes, I am going to remember. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. So distress that. And so I watched a couple of videos this morning. Very, very interesting that they popped up because I was going to do this video this morning myself because someone on Facebook wanted to know how to use pages, and there. I'm happy with that. It's simple. It's elegant. It can go inside here, and there's your tag. Quick, easy, simple, painless. Pull out what matches. Don't overthink it. Distress it. Do whatever floats your boat with however you like it to look. And punch a hole in it. Hole punch. Never centered. I never center anything. Okay. So there's a pocket and a tag, right? And then what I do is I will often glue this down, and then I will make another tag, taller tag, and put it inside and use it as a pocket that way, or glue down the top and the bottom and the side, and then you can use it as a pocket that way. So there's our many uses for the, and then this came in the book, and this would just make a beautiful bookmark. So just use it as I would cut a longer tag or cut the top and bottom off, and maybe put tissue behind here and use that as a bookmark or a tag or whatever you want. Now, the videos I watched Busting Bloom Envelopes by Shabby Dabby Doo. Her name is Tina, and that was really fun to watch. That video, if you get a chance, look it up. Shabby Dabby Doo on YouTube. That was excellent. I don't have any fussy cut flowers to do the example with, so I am not going to even attempt that envelope, but that was fun to watch. Then there was DIY embellishments using large books or magazine images by Treasure Books Natasha. I don't know if that's how she spells her name because it's not written out, but she is she is under Treasure Books on YouTube, and she is also doing some fun things with book pages and flower cutouts and so forth. So I hope this video helped as far as doing something fun with book pages, flower cutouts, and so forth. I might fussy cut some flowers and show some images afterwards, but I don't have a lot to do that with right now. Most of mine are similar to this. I don't have a plant book with just, I have some pages somewhere that I was sent, but I don't know what I did with them because I am so disorganized right now, which is one of my projects. But I have about 3 videos I wanted to do today. So now I got to clean all this mess up and get ready for my next video. So I hope you like this. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe below if you haven't already. I appreciate very much you watching and joining me today. And I hope this helped give you some ideas for using your magazine and book pages. And once you get going, you can think of all sorts of fun things to do with your stuff. So happy crafting and have a great day.